wouldn't have minded waking up Sunday morning and already being Pac-12 South champs, but does this almost feel kind of like the appropriate way for you guys to just have to go out there and get it done on Saturday?
Yes, we'd love to win it on the field. I think it just even makes it better. Our guys are excited about playing. Utah is an excellent football team. They beat us every year I've been here. It's appropriate to be the last game of the year with a lot riding on it. So it's an exciting thing, and it makes it special for our players, and it makes it special for the fans, and I know it makes it really special for Utah too.
The Pac-12, when they set everything up, the schedule, this was supposed to be rivalry week. They've always said this. They want this to be a rivalry.
Right.
Does something like this help?
I think it does, yeah. It's a rivalry. I've always said it's a rivalry when we start beating them. We haven't beat them yet. So hopefully we're able to beat them this week. But right now they beat us up pretty good every time we played them, and we need to find a way to get them. But I definitely see it as a rivalry. It's a close proximity. A lot of these kids know each other, and being the last game of the year with a lot riding in the game, I think does make more hype to it, which makes it a little bit more energetic with a rivalry-type atmosphere.
Mike, a year ago you guys talked about finishing being so important in the fourth quarter, and you came close again and again. And this year, what has gotten you over that hump of finishing games like this year that have been close going down that stretch?
Our young men are performing well under pressure. They just keep playing. They don't get. I don't think they don't get stressed out. Our coaching staff has done a phenomenal job of play calling in those situations, defensively and offensively. And so I think that's the key there. It's kind of a combination of a lot of things, but mainly the players just not blinking and just keep playing.
How much has conditioning played a role when you know?
I think conditioning's played a lot of role, a big role in it, and also when we've had in those type of situations, sometimes people are nicked up during the game, so we've been able to put guys in that have played before in those situations, so they're not as nervous either. So definitely conditioning plays a big role, but I think the kids' mental state plays a big role too.
How good have you guys been at second half adjustments? Making halftime adjustments, especially defensively.
Yeah, the defensive staff has got a good job of doing that, and I think also the other thing is our players are so used to playing and understand our scheme that they understand. Okay, that's why we're going to call this now. This is what we ought to be doing. So it's not like a whole thing pulled out of the air. They go and say, hey, we ought to play this way, inside leverage or outside leverage. We ought to stunt here. We ought to set the front this way because of what they're in. Our kids are able to see it quicker, and we're able really to make a lot of them on the sidelines now. And so that's been a big help.
But we've all seen what, obviously the numbers that Phillip has put up this year have been really fantastic. But I think one of the things that always pops out is the passion that he sort of breathes for the game of football. Where you sit and just listen to him talk on the lectern, and you almost kind of get those chills. How does his, passion just for football and for life resonate with his teammates and with you?
Well, it's contagious. It really is, and he has a fire and an intensity, and it's not, some people when you first meet you go, is this for real? And it's every day. So when it's an everyday thing and it's something that you truly see that it comes from his heart and soul, it makes a big difference on our football team, and they catch it.
You see a lot of that being born from a family that is so ingrained in football, and
from his family definitely, there's no doubt. But I've had other guys similar to him that didn't have the same family situation. They just had the love for football and the love for teammates and camaraderie and passion about hard work. And but definitely with his family, it's definitely in their DNA.
How much is your offense evolved with Cephalo's ability to run the ball, because that's usually not part of the spread?
No, it helps tremendously. It gives us an extra dimension, enables us to, in the spread, to also kind of control the clock at times, and then he's able to see things and be able to run the football. It's a dimension that it's definitely an added weapon within the spread type system.
Coach, I know you said Nick Fisher's fourth down stop was the changing play of the game, but to me it seemed like that Chris Graham field goal certainly was a huge play.
No, Chris Graham's field goal was huge. There's no doubt about it. I just think that Nick had 3 fourth down stops, or 2 for sure, and a big third down stop, excuse me. And so those were big plays, but that was down in the scoring area. We stopped them. I think we drove down and I think we kicked the field goal after that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's correct. And so those plays back to back were kind of the defining moments of the game.
Can you give us an update on Bobo and Moeller?
Bobo's out here walking around today. So is Moeller. He'll get tested on his concussion stuff after practice today. So he was doing good. So we'll see. Hopefully he got to go through the whole protocol, and then Bryce's would be game time type decision, but he's moving around a lot better. Has a walking boot on, but that's just so we won't get the swelling out of it.
Senior Day's kind of had a final feeling around here in recent years. Do you imagine it being a little bit more of a joyous occasion this time around?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a joyous occasion. It's the last time this group of guys, most of us all came in here 4 years ago, and now it's like the blink of an eye at this point. It seemed longer than that during some of the seasons, but I just love to see them go out on a winning note, and a lot riding on it. It's going to be it'll be the biggest crowd that's been here, and I don't know how long. Definitely the biggest crowd that I've ever seen here. So it's going to be exciting for those young men
Thank you,
and for the fans.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Mike.